If you played Little Company, you are very likely familiar with the company cruiser. You try to drive it once, blow up in 10 seconds, and never touched it again. And then you hopped into a random lobby, and one of your teammates is flying across the map at Mach 10 in the same truck. At that point, you immediately thought to yourself, how the fuck? Luckily for you, I'm a certified driver for this truck, and as a result, I got plenty of experience in using this thing. And contrary to popular belief, it's not just Artifice where this thing has purpose. There's quite a few moons where it's really damn good. And I'm here to teach you how to get usage out of the truck on almost every moon. Welcome, friends and foes, company workers and monsters, to an idiot's guide to the company cruiser. I should probably explain how to control this truck before we even stop on a moon. This truck controls with WASD, spacebar, and the gear shift. Most people, on their first drive, will hold W and just ram into walls like crazy until the truck explodes. That's because holding W will constantly increase your speed until you hit the speed cap. Instead, you have to tap the W key in order to maintain a constant speed. The S key will slow down your speed, and A and D will make you steer left and right, with higher speeds making it harder to control the steering. Spacebar makes the truck jump. This seems weird at first and very unnecessary, but this is a needed design aspect, because otherwise most maps will become quite literally undrivable. The gear shift has 3 modes: drive, which causes your W key to move you forward, reverse, which causes your W key to move you backwards, and park, which makes your truck not move, but if you press the W key in this case, you're just gonna f***. And if it wasn't obvious from the truck being a truck, you need to turn the truck on before it's able to move, and much like my Golf 5, it struggles to start. Now that's the most important part down, but it's not everything the truck has. It also has several buttons for you to press. One that turns off or on the front lights, one that closes or opens the cabin window behind you, another that activates the windshield wipers. Right now it has no purpose because nothing gets the windshield wet or dirty. You can press the truck horn, and you have an eject button. You also got the radio, but I'm pretty sure the music is copyrighted, so I'm not gonna be using it. At the back of the truck, you can store what you find inside the facilities. You either drop it down or place it on the shelves. You can also place it on top of the truck and it will count as it being inside the truck. You can also open the face of the car and you'll find an engine and 2 bars. The green bar is the hell bar. This is how much damage the truck can take before it explodes. And the other one is the super jump meter. This makes the truck jump significantly higher, and multiple super jumps can be done without landing. Now, you are probably wondering, how do I even fill the super jump meter? With weed, of course! The weed killer is brought from the shop, and for the price of 40 credits, it will refill the truck's lost health and charge its super jump meter, making weed essential for the truck. Also, the enemies have different interactions with the truck. Dogs can hear the truck and will attack it, but they can't kill you while inside the driver's seat or the passenger seat. Same applies to the back of the truck, but you can get clipped out of the back of the truck if it gets pushed around way too much. Also, dogs have a habit of killing themselves with the truck. They keep attacking it and it keeps falling on them. Giants can pick you out of the driver and the passenger seat, but can't pick you out of the back of the truck. You can also close the back door to make them unable to see you and re-aggro once they lost you. All birds straight up can't see you in the truck, so you're safe as long as you keep your distance. Baboon hawks will steal the loot inside if the back door is open. This can be avoided by placing loot on top of the truck. Giant sapsuckers will behave the same as usual. And tulip snakes will cause you to fly out of the driver or passenger seat if you have more than 2 on you. Now that we got a basic tutorial for the truck out of the way, let's get into the moons. If you have the truck, I struggle to understand why you would even come to Experimentation. It has the lowest amount of loot in the game and the entrance is literally in front of you. But if you insist on coming here, maybe you're doing an only Experimentation challenge, the truck is still usable. You can park it in front of the wall in order to just drop everything down on it and not have to take everything back on foot. But if you have weed, you can make a jump all the way to the top and get the truck out the door, making you waste no time in terms of getting loot moved out. You can also still jump outside. Also, much like Offense, you have pipes on which you can use the eject button to get on top of. Overall, Experimentation is okay-ish. You have no reason to bring the truck here outside of a challenge, and the loot here is very low, but the truck can help. Unlike Experimentation, I can see why you'd bring the truck to Assurance. It has two very straightforward ways to the fire exit, and you can use the offense trick here too. But you don't really have a reason to do that here, because there's a ladder 5 seconds away. You can also bring the truck to main entrance from fire exit to get loot from the main entrance too. And the offense trick applies here too, but this time it has practical reason as there isn't a ladder next to you to get you on top of them. Also, if you go to main entrance, you should bring the truck back the same way you bring it in, as otherwise you'd get stuck and have to find a way to unstuck it. The exception is if you have Weed Killer. It's a good option as you can get back to the ship through the hill where the dropship spawns at, and those are gonna be much less of an issue. Overall, Assurance is not bad. It's pretty decent for a truck, even if it can feel scuffed at times. The truck seems like a complete meme to bring on WoW. There's so many trees it can get stuck on. That is until you realize running into trees with speed destroys them. From that point, you just gotta make your way to the facility, with only the bumpy road mildly annoying you. You pretty much have a road made for you straight to the fire exit, and you should take it, as the truck makes fire exit more safe. It acts as a cover against the giants, so they can't see you once you enter the facility, and you can send back a bunch of loot back in one go, minimizing the risk of giants catching you. The main problem is if a rock spawns down there, but in that case, you can drive down from the sides of the valley and use Weed to jump back out. Just be sure to not use too much. Truck chunk is a real mood killer. Your teammates can also drop down stuff for you from the bridge for transport. But if they are too lazy to drop stuff from the bridge down for you, you can also just jump to the main entrance and collect the goodies. And again, watch out how you get out. Overall, WoW is really nice with the truck. It makes the issues of fire exit less of an issue, and that alone makes it really good here. Office. Perhaps the moon I get the most offended by. This moon sucks. But the truck gets a lot of value here until it doesn't. Man, I love random regeneration. You can take the truck to both fire exit and main entrance. At fire exit, you can use the eject trick to get out to the otherwise inaccessible fire exit, or get an extension ladder. That works too. At main entrance, you can drive the truck all the way up here. It's pretty much safe from baboon hawks and giants. Only the random stray dog might cause some issues. Once you're done with main entrance and decide to leave, you have choices for how to go back. Both of these entrances come with a big benefit. You have a truck to get your loot back fast, which makes baboon hawks significantly more tolerable in this mode. Overall, the truck is amazing on offense, it makes fire exit easily accessible, and you don't run the issue of your loot being stolen by baboon hawks that outnumber the dogs. March is an interesting case, because the route is so straightforward that it's kinda bad for the truck. March has 3 fire exits and the main entrance, all in range of the truck. You can quite literally just drive in a circle and check 2 fire exits and main entrance for loot. The exception to this circle thing is the fire exit at the back of the ship. It's the only one out of the way, so you're gonna have to drive in a line for it. But it's a straight line, so no big deal. This makes the truck wonderful in solo play, as two-handed items become a non-issue, but kinda pointless if you have one friend with you, because 2 people can clean half the entrances to the facility in record time. March also has the issue of having the lowest loot. March also has the issue of having the lowest loot to map size ratio in the game. It has the same amount of loot as Assurance, but the size of fucking Titan, meaning you are probably not even gonna find much to begin with. And you should just pray you get beehives that don't even require the truck. Overall, much is dependent on the situation. You're alone, the truck is wonderful. You have even one teammate, it's kinda mid and unnecessary. Adamance is my favorite moon in the game, and the reason I want to make this video to begin with. There's so many ways to use the truck here, it's unreal. First of all, you have the valley. You can use the valley to get to the main entrance, and from main entrance you can go to the fire exit. Or you can just go to the valley side of the fire exit and people can drop stuff for you down here. You can also exit through the valley, but it's kinda dangerous and a bit clunky because of the bridge. Now yeah, this is all very nice stuff. But entities like giants and dogs are gonna fuck the truck over. What am I supposed to do on Eclipse Day, for example? Well, it's simple really. Fly. The weed comes back to make the truck objectively coded on this moon. At the small bridge that connects the ship to the fire exit, if you go to this side on the left, from here you can just jump from ship straight to the fire exit. And from fire exit you can jump to the ship. If that's too tense for you because of the distance, you can also go down into the valley, and from here you can jump into the fire exit. And once you're done, go back down into the valley and jump to the ship. And for those who want to go to the main entrance, you can still drive from fire exit to main entrance and quickly take what's there, and then make your getaway. You can also jump at the small bridge. You gotta align yourself with the trees and then make the jump, but it's pretty hard and unnecessary. Overall, Adamance is extraordinary for the truck. Makes life so much easier, I love it. From one of the best to a decent one at best. Yeah, your main issue is that you can't see shit from the snowstorm. You can still drive it, you can get to main entrance and fire exit, but it's difficult. Fire exit is the harder of the two, surprisingly. Despite it being a straight line, with how little you see, you're gonna fall into a hole on the way in or the way out, and either die or get a truck stuck, so we're gonna focus on the main entrance. You have two ways to get to main entrance, the long way and the short way. The long way has you follow the lights, then make the left turn and get to the main entrance. Oh yeah, Seeger has bugged the Rend main entrance, and the truck gets stuck in this platform. How did he achieve this? I don't know. So I do not recommend this route at all. It also becomes entirely unviable past 1 PM as a way to get back to the ship. Dogs will completely ruin you. For the short way, you go behind the house, and then turn to the left, going behind the house and through this small enclosure, and there is main entrance. Significantly easier and safer to get to and leave from. But I still recommend getting to the truck back for like 5 minutes. You can also try to jump if you get the truck on the incredibly buggy platform, but it's not gonna get you very far and you're probably gonna die, so I just say drive normally. Overall, Rend is just decent. The snowstorm makes it simply too hard to see where you're going, and at late hours you straight up cannot see. Dine is actually an improvement from Rend for the truck. You have two paths that are interchangeable. You have the left one, this one gets you between fire exit and main entrance. And you can also drive back to the ship the same way you came from. And the right one. This one gets you to this fence. If you drive alongside it, you get next to main entrance. This road also connects with the left path road, so you got a pretty easy way to get back to the ship. You can also jump to the ship. If you get on the fire exit platform and line yourself by using these bolts, you can jump to the ship. However, while reliable to get you to the ship, the result of where you land is pretty inconsistent. Now, even with this, you might be wondering, there's two giants on the moon 90% of the time, is it really worth it? Yes, there's so much stuff on this moon, you practically need a truck to get any value out of the moon. Overall, Dine is good for the truck, easy ways to get to the facility and to the ship, and a jump that is reliable but inconsistent. Also, because of the enclosed space, dogs can very easily damage themselves by attacking the truck in a corner until they die. What do you want me to say? Getting the truck to the top is a meme and completely unnecessary. Just use an extension ladder. The moon, the myth, the legend, Artifice. This moon is pretty much known for the amazing loot and the truck. First of all, the route is straightforward and can be taken both to the facility and back to the ship. However, to get it back to the ship by driving, you pretty much need at least one helper to cause mass genocide on everything in the area. But you aren't simply gonna drive it back. If you come to Artifice with a goal to win, you come here with the truck to fly. The setup is simple. You park the truck in this corner of the fire exit. Dogs can't hit the truck in this corner, and it gives you a cover from giants and old birds. When you fill the truck with weed, and when you're ready to fly, you back it up. Make sure you don't hit that thing in the building, and fly. There's also another method that isn't very intense. You can drive the truck to this shed and leave it here. You can get the loot from fire exit to here pretty fast. But you can also safely jump over the shed, getting you into the main area. And you can also jump out of the main area. Overall, Artifice is the best moon for the truck. Even though Adamance exists, Artifice simply has more loot. You very much need a truck here so you don't suffer a horrible death to an army of robots. Fire exit is this way, main entrance is that way. Fire has enough cover that you can leave the truck here. Main entrance, you currently get the truck up here and use it to act as cover so several robots don't just start shooting rockets at you. Once you're done, just get back to the ship without leaving the truck and you'll be fine. The truck is very much necessary on the moon, so it's a good one for the moon. And that was an idiot's guide for the company cruiser. If you find it helpful, don't forget to like the video and share it around. It'll be nice to have more people know what they're doing with the truck. And if you didn't understand something, you can let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to make you understand it. This is all for this video. See ya.